If you've been playing the guitar for years but you are stuck soloing in the same position every single time, in this video I'm going to show you why you're stuck and how to fix the problem. This all comes down to one thing that most guitar players never get shown, so let's get into it. When most guitar players are starting to get into soloing and jamming, they're usually shown this. So what you can see on the screen right now is the minor pentatonic scale played in shape 1. Now, on the label that I've put on my version of this, I've got A minor pentatonic position 1 E shape. It's very, very important that we remember that. But if we just look at the fretboard markers right now and I play that on the guitar, that comes out like this. Now I'm pretty sure that everybody who's going to be watching this video right now knows that that is what is called the minor pentatonic scale. But this is a bit of a red herring which leads a lot of guitar players up the wrong path, because that one shape is called the minor pentatonic scale, and you are then told that that is the soloing tool that you need to use when you're jamming and improvising. But what most people don't tell you is that A minor pentatonic really looks like this. What you can see on the screen in front of you right now is the A minor pentatonic scale being shown all over the entire fretboard. So if I just take my cursor over the root, minor third, fourth, fifth, flat 7 here, you can see that what I am outlining with that cursor is shape 1 of the minor pentatonic scale. But as you can see, if I now just hover over the entire fretboard, every single position that you can be in on the guitar neck is the A minor pentatonic scale. The notes live everywhere, because what is happening is they just recycle. So we've got root, minor third, fourth, fifth, flat 7 in this one shape that I'm outlining with the cursor here. But also if I go along just the E string, or the low 6th string on its own, root, minor third, fourth, fifth, flat 7, you can play this scale along the length of strings. You can play it diagonally. It lives anywhere that you want. Now of course that also means that when you want to change keys with this, you can do it all over the whole fretboard in any other key as well. E minor, D minor, B minor, etc, etc. And the key piece of information that is being missing when people are being taught this is that they're not shown that the pentatonic scales will align to the caged system. So if we just go over to this pentatonic form that you can see here, remember I said to you I've labelled it up as position 1 E shape. That is because this is just one of 5 positions that we can use in the entire caged system, okay? Now, if you don't know the caged system, basically the caged system is a method of understanding and learning the fretboard, so that what we do is we basically plot the positions for the root notes in, say, like the key of A. So in this position here where I'll be playing my minor pentatonic, I've got an A here, I've got another one here, and I've got another one here. Now around those root notes, I would be able to build out an A minor bar chord that looks like this. And then over the top of that, I can play my minor pentatonic scale. So now what I've got is a connection between what the rhythm guitar will be playing and what the lead guitar will be playing. And the caged system, very importantly, is just a way of seeing the fretboard. It's not a way of playing. It doesn't tell you what you should be doing. It is just a way of seeing where all of your musical devices live on the guitar neck. In order to solo fluently anywhere that you want on the entire guitar, what you want to be able to do is see where all of your musical devices live, have the technique to execute your ideas, and then finally turn all of that into a working musical vocabulary so that you can play over any backing or with any band, whatever it is that you want to do. I've created a free program at my online learning platform, Cutting Edge Guitar, which takes you through that whole system. You can get that at the links below or by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen right now. Okay, so this first shape that probably all of you watching this video know is called the E shape. Now that is because it corresponds in the caged system to a chord form that looks like an open E shape, okay? So what I'm playing here is an A minor bar chord, but what we say in the caged system is that if I take this shape down to the open position, it looks like an open E minor chord, okay? So that's why this is called E shape. Think about this in the same way that your capo works. So my first finger right now is acting like a capo. Next door to that, my third and fourth fingers are basically playing my E minor chord. And then over the top of that, I can play minor pentatonic shape 1, my basic soloing tool. So if we move along to the next position in the caged system, what we would have now is the minor pentatonic in shape 2, D shape. Now what that means is the chord form that would live underneath that looks like an open D minor chord form, okay? Now shape 2 of that minor pentatonic scale looks like this, as you can see on the screen. So I'm playing frets 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. And that would be shape 2 of your minor pentatonic scale. Now the notes that I have in A minor, if I go back to shape 1, I've got A, C, D, E, G, and it starts again, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. Okay? When I go to shape 2, I've still only got exactly the same notes, but I start on the C note. So I'm now going C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D. Now what that means is I've now got an entirely new shape for which I can develop musical vocabulary. Okay, in the next fretboard position along we'd have the A minor pentatonic in position 3 or shape 3. This one looks like an open C chord. So what I would do here is put this chord shape on the guitar. This is the shape for a open C minor chord type. Obviously in this key with A here. This is in the key of A minor. So there's my chord form, and then shape 3 of the minor pentatonic looks like this. You can do this entirely with fingers 1 and 3 in this position, and it would be frets 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 10, 12. Okay, so in those first 3 shapes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a little run that if I start it in shape 1, I'm going to go 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7 on the next string, slide up to the 9th fret, then go into 8, 10 on the B string, 8, 10 on the high E string. That's now using shape 1, shape 2. Now if I go up to shape 3 by sliding up to my 12th fret, so I'm going to go to 12, off to 10 on the high E, then on the B string I'm going to go 13, 10, back to that 13, and then bend it up a tone. That makes a real nice little run that I can play that connects up all 3 of the shapes that we've just been through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little portion of the neck that we've just mapped out there, and I'm going to improvise and solo around it over a backing track so that you can see that in action. Of individual shapes and being able to connect them up is just the start of this, but what you want to be able to do is get all 5 of them under your fingers and see the entire fretboard, as you can see in this diagram underneath my guitar here, so that you can meander around the entire guitar neck and go wherever you want. So for example, what you should want to be able to do is start in a very low position of your guitar neck, like here around the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And you can play diagonal ideas that will end up going all the way up to the highest parts of the guitar neck, all the way up here. Something a bit like this. Again, let's put that into context over the backing track so you can hear what I'm doing. Once you know the 5 shapes, you can start connecting them all up and go in and out of them at will so that you can use the entire fretboard as one fluid system rather than being stuck in isolated boxes. The next step after this is to learn things like modes and other scales so that you can start adorning your pentatonics with extra intervals. That will take you to a different plane of sophistication and adding lots more music to your vocabulary. Once you understand those modes, what you can extract from within them are other tasty musical devices such as triads, arpeggios and intervals. Now that is all a system that I call the scale pyramid. Now if you want to get hold of the complete roadmap that shows you exactly how to learn your fretboard inside and out, work on your technique so that you can execute all of your ideas with authority, and then turn all of that into a working musical vocabulary, meaning you can play over any backing track and improvise freely at any jam or with any band, you can get all of that completely for free at the link in the description box down below, or by scanning the QR code that you can see on your screen if you're watching this on a TV. If you want to continue the learning here on YouTube, I suggest that you watch the video that has popped up on your screen right now. And to make sure that you see more lessons like this as and when I do them, make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you in your next lesson sometime soon. Take care.